Hi, I'm Dr. Edwin Williams. I'm a facial rejuvenation specialist here to answer your questions about facial plastic surgery. One of the questions I'm asked all the time is, am I a candidate to have my buccal fat pads removed? So let me just explain a little bit about the philosophy. What is a buccal fat pad? We have about 10 different fat pads on our face. And as we age, they tend to shrink down a little bit. One of the ones that doesn't really shrink down is the buccal fat pad, and it's right here. It's right here. And I can tell you, when I went through my training many years ago, it was kind of taboo to remove fat pads. And the reason why, the thinking was this: if we age, as we start to approach our 30s and 40s, and we all know that aging isn't just tissue dropping, but our face tends to thin out. The fat pads tend to shrink a little bit. So it was kind of taboo. The thinking was you shouldn't remove buccal fat pads. So that's why it is and was a little controversial. We don't necessarily believe that on everyone now, because there are some patients, whether it's someone having a facelift and has just these little pooches right here, or it's someone who is younger and is going to have a rhinoplasty, or just someone who is bothered by the fact that they are very, very cheeky. Obviously, you need to be evaluated by someone who's an experienced facial plastic surgeon, but that's how things have changed a little bit, because what we do find is that in those individuals that do have this kind of poochy area here, that have prominent buccal fat pads, they can be removed not only very safely, but very effectively. The good news with them is we can remove them through the mouth, so there are no incisions on the outside. If I'm doing a facelift, for example, I can actually, as I'm elevating the tissue, I can also remove those. So people what I do is that when I'm evaluating the patient, I determine whether they're a good candidate or not to have those. So I have a little video, so I caution you because it's intraoperative footage, so you can see how the buccal fat pads are removed, and I hope that answers your questions. We have all of our questions also answered in a book called Comprehensive Facial Rejuvenation. It's meant for doctors, but I hope this answers your questions about buccal fat pad. The bottom line is, not everyone's a good candidate, but for those who are a good candidate, it's a good procedure. Thank you for taking the time to watch.